Hello everyone, welcome to a very special discussion. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct that just happened. My name is Alex Harding and I'm joined here by Nathan Rudge.
Hello again.
Hello. We just recorded a podcast like 2 or 3 days ago, and then a Direct comes out. 530 days, and then a Direct comes.
And in that podcast, we were talking about how there wasn't going to be a Direct anytime soon.
Nope. Oh.
Saying how we wanted it, but I was like, probably not going to happen.
Way too unpredictable. So, overall, before we get into the nitty-gritty, what did you think of the Direct? If you had to give it like a grade or something.
Probably a 7 out of 10.
Cool. That's a good score.
Like, it was a good one, but like, a lot of it was just like, cool, this is coming. Nothing like, boom.
Pretty much, yeah. There was nothing too massive aside from a couple of others towards the end, which we'll get to. There certainly were some good, like, that Q2 kind of time of the year where there's something like
and 2022 stuff coming out.
Yeah. So I mean, they always say that we're only going to talk about this time of the year or like what's coming in the first half of 2021. Nah, we knew that wasn't going to happen.
Although, like, I did know they weren't going to talk about Breath of the Wild 2 because, like, no, that's going to be later.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw...
they may have done a date, but yeah.
As soon as I saw Eiji Aonuma, though, I got excited.
So did I, not going to lie. I was like, oh, they're finally going to talk about it. And they're like, oh. I mean, he even was like, yeah, no. I assumed you're going to think Breath of the Wild 2 when you saw me. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, he opened with that. He knew exactly where we were going to go with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Eiji Aonuma. He's a good guy. So we'll get into the first announcement here. Pyra Mithra is in Smash. Well, will be in Smash.
Yeah, I genuinely thought this was DLC for Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, so did I. Because the trailer, I mean, obviously got all the original voice actors. And did that whole spill. Yeah, I really did think it was like I thought it was going to be a sequel to the second.
Like, I thought it was going to be, like, how Xenoblade has that golden, like, extra part that like, is an extra story after the story. Yeah, the Torna thing. I thought it was going to be that for Xenoblade 2.
Yeah, honestly, me too. And I thought it was going to lead up to something.
And it's like, here, I'm going to Smash. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Looking back on that trailer, you realise you know where they're going with this. It's like, oh, where's Pyra? I haven't seen Pyra for a while. Wonder where she is.
Yeah.
We knew.
But no, it's a good like character from the looks of it.
Yeah, going off of our predictions that we did, no one guessed Pyra.
Oh no. If anything, if people were going to guess Xenoblade 2, people were more guessing Rex than Pyra.
Yeah, because he got a Mii fighter.
Yes, he did.
So I think they couldn't really add him in because of that. I'm just going to go to our predictions article because there are a couple of funny ones if you had to read through them. There was... Dylan, I can understand. He was like Dr. Eggman or Travis Touchdown. I can see both of them. I guess Sora, because, I don't know, Square Enix has been very friendly with him.
It would be nice.
Yeah. You...
I just wanted that one scene.
Kiryu Kazuma? From Yakuza?
Just the one scene from the Yakuza where it's like, DK, patriarch of the DK crew. Like, just the Yakuza scene for that would be like, oh my god, that looks so cool.
You wrote that and I'm just like, no. Are you sure you want to put that as your prediction?
I mean, realistically, I knew it wasn't going to happen, but...
Your other guess made more sense, or a Monster Hunter representative. I could have seen that.
Yes.
Rochelle didn't think there was going to be an announcement. She just thought there was going to be a third fighter pass. So that was quite interesting.
Isn't there still one more fighter after this?
I think so.
Last one.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
I think that might be 2. But she thought like it was going to be a third round of fighters.
Yeah.
And that was going to be the announcement. James thought Master Chief from Halo. Yeah, I could kind of see that. Steve's... I don't know where Steve was going with this. Steve guessed J-Bomb from Blast Corps.
Yeah, I think he was just something he wants.
Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking for Steve.
Yeah.
Good on him. So yeah, I'm all for Pyra. Honestly, I love Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
I thought tens, dozens of hours into that game. So
Too much hours.
many, many hours. I think it's my second most played game, second or third.
First of the Wild, I'm guessing.
No, Octopath Traveler.
Ah, yeah, no,
That's a huge game.
that is also a really good game.
I think I only put like 70 hours into Breath of the Wild.
I think I'm about the same.
Yeah, I didn't do that, 200 or so, surprisingly enough. The first announcement, so the first game announcement from the Direct was Fall Guys, which we all saw coming in a way, but I don't know, it still came as a bit of a surprise, I reckon.
I mean, it is, like, from the looks of it, the way it plays, it is a Nintendo game. Just straight up, it's colourful, it's a platformer. It's finally on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm just very curious.
We'll see how it goes from here.
I was going to say, I'm very curious to see how it's going to go with the online servers.
Yes.
Yeah, Nintendo's aren't that great, and with Australian internet as well, we probably won't ever be able to play it.
I mean, it worked okay on the PS4, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'll see how it goes.
That's it. Outer Wilds, which I just intend to play on Game Pass because it's on there, but it's cool that it's on Switch.
Play on the go.
Yeah, that's it. I probably won't get it because it's on Game Pass, and
Exactly.
my Series X is on its way. Yes. But anyways,
event finally.
Oh my god! But we're not talking about that. Talking about the Direct.
Yeah.
I don't know. Outer Wilds is definitely on my playlist, so it's on there.
It looked interesting.
Yeah, and the reviews for it are fantastic. So that's a definite play when that one. So that's summer, or for us, winter 2021, so mid this year. The next one I found really interesting, Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and The Girl Who Stands Behind.
Yeah, this was quite intriguing.
Yeah, do you know where these games come from originally?
I'm assuming the Famicom.
Well, yes, he would.
That's all,
Well,
all I know.
I was going to do an article. I'm not sure if I'm still doing it, but I did a bit of research about the Famicom disk system, if you're familiar with that. Basically, the Famicom disk system, because it had 4 times the memory, it allowed for other games to be made, and one of those games were these. Because it had more memory and they could do more kind of PC stuff. And it was weird. I was just researching it and I saw the mention of that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then, lo and behold, a week later, it's in the Direct.
Weird.
Yeah, fully remade. So I'm thinking they might.
Weird. You were researching this and then all of a sudden it shows up.
Yeah, super creepy. So I'm thinking maybe they're doing that for because technically this is its 35th anniversary as well.
There's a few 35th anniversaries.
Yeah, that's why Zelda, it's its 35th anniversary, Metroid, its 35th anniversary, because they were all in Japan on the Famicom disk system.
Yeah.
Zelda was a launch title for the disk system.
I fully expect there to be a Zelda Direct coming up later in the year, though.
I think so. I think they'd have to.
That's when they'll do the whole Breath of the Wild thing, do more about the 3rd anniversary.
Yeah. I think they'd have to. Surely fans will be clamoring for it.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that we'd get one for Metroid, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
No.
I've learnt not to hold my breath for Metroid.
I mean, Prime 4's coming, but yeah, that could still be a while.
Yeah, I reckon that will be a while. And we should get a Pokemon. Hopefully, we get a Pokemon Presents next week or something.
That should be soon.
Yeah, because they wanted to do it in the week of their anniversary, which is next week. I think it's the 25th or 26th. So that would line up.
Yeah, so not long.
Exactly. Moving on, Samurai Warriors 5.
This looked fun.
Okay.
I like the Muso games.
I know you do.
And the Nobunaga story is always a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I played Hyrule Warriors. I played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I'm good for another few years on Muso games, I reckon.
Yeah,
that's just me, though.
They're like my chill, like, brain dead game, like, you know, your popcorn movies and stuff.
They kind of are, aren't they? Where you just...
Yeah.
It's like comfort food. Yeah, because it's constant gratification. You're constantly defeating enemies. I get that. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Legend of Mana. This one really caught my eye.
Oh, cool.
This one looks amazing.
It actually did look really, really well done.
Because I like how...
There was a few Square Enix things in this one.
Yeah, there was a lot of Square Enix stuff in this direct, wasn't there? So I like how with this one, like, the backgrounds are all kind of crisp and they're all done up in HD, but the sprites look the same.
Yeah, no, it does look really nice. They've really nailed that, like, that 2D, like, upgraded look.
Yeah, they really have. And I think with that one, like, when did Legend of Mana come out, actually? Was that a GBA game?
Didn't they say in the trailer?
Let me look at the...
Remember.
I'll look at the press release. Maybe it's got a little bit in there. But it looks like a GBA game.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's got that kind of 16-bit aesthetic, but not quite 16-bit. Almost 32-bit. Maybe it's a PlayStation game, actually. Legend of Mana. The beloved JRPG classic from Square Enix, Legend of Mana is coming to Australia and New Zealand with fully remastered HD graphics, rearranged music, and additional features. Experience the timeless story of Legend of Mana when it launches. That doesn't help us at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That is a terrible press release. Oh well, doesn't matter. It looks like a PlayStation 1 kind of game. It actually looks a bit 32-bit. But, yeah. Never played Legend of Mana. Super keen on that one. So that's June 24th. So that looks really cool. Next one was a new...
$19.99 on the PlayStation.
There you go. I'm actually quite surprised with myself. Next one was a new Monster Hunter Rise trailer. So
yeah,
I'll take...
Spider Monster is creepy. Being from Australia, that is creepy.
Yeah. Oh, we see that all the time, so it doesn't really faze me.
And then, like, from the looks of it, like, the rumble, like, it looks kind of like a tower defense kind of thing. But, like, just the amount of monsters, they're like, oh, that does not look like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's when they're in, like, the town.
But it looks like it's going to be like, oh, God, this is going to be hard.
Yeah. It looks really interesting. Like, if I'm ever going to get into Monster Hunter, this would be the time.
Oh, yeah, with the heavy Japanese inspiration.
Yep, that helps. That certainly does help.
The best thing with Monster Hunter is you want a group to play it with. If you have a group to play it with, it makes it so much better. It's harder to play by yourself kind of thing. Admittedly, I did it by myself with World and Iceborne.
Yeah, like, I don't know what it is. I don't really like playing with other people. Maybe I'm antisocial. Like, I like games as like a solitary single player.
I do that a lot with myself, but like with Monster Hunter, it obviously helps having the extra people as well.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the Monster Hunter expert here. Anything else from the trailer that you wanted to bring up?
No. Nothing else that I noticed really. It looks like it's going to be great fun.
Yeah, I reckon
I'm looking forward to playing it.
I reckon I'll pick it up in 3 years when it's $10 or $15 or something.
Oh, I doubt it'll drop.
Oh, it'll drop. It always drops.
I mean, was it Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate hasn't dropped?
That's been on sale though.
A couple times, I think, digital only, but not physical.
Yeah.
So if you want digital, you don't mind, but
I really don't mind. Especially with the Switch, I've gotten to the point where I don't mind with the Switch anymore.
True, considering you just get digital codes.
That helps. That definitely helps.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Mario Golf Super Rush. This may have been my favorite announcement.
Yeah, no, this caught my eye. I'm wondering if Camelot is working on it.
Is it Camelot?
That's I was wondering if Camelot was the developers behind it.
I don't actually know. I don't think they even went into that.
Yeah. Because they did Mario Tennis, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, they do most of the sports games. Camelot.
That's why I was wondering if they did this one.
Let's check the press release.
It's disappointing because all their resources go into the Nintendo sports game, not Golden Sun.
Yes. Yeah, that is very upsetting, actually. The press release doesn't say anything about it. Okay. But that speed golf mode.
Yeah, that looks
so
fun.
Good. I'm absolutely down for that. Something to mix up golf in any kind of way. As always.
I wonder if it's got online playability.
I'm hoping it's against AI as well.
Yeah, no, I assume so, but I'm wondering if, like, it has online, you can play with, like, friends and stuff, because, with COVID, it's kind of hard to co-op anymore.
According to the press release, it features several local and online multiplayer modes.
We have confirmation it's got online.
Including speed golf. There you go. Confirmation. Heard it here. The story mode with the Mii character. That's kind of cool, and that kind of harkens back to a lot of sports games.
And Golf Story.
Yeah, I love Golf Story. I don't know how, it's good that, I guess, for people who like it, the motion controls in the game.
Yeah.
Very much Wii Golf.
I don't think I would touch it, honestly. The motion controls. Personally.
Yeah.
It is Camelot.
Like I said, it's good for people who want it, but...
So yeah, just went on the Nintendo.com game page for it. It's Camelot is the developer.
It is Camelot? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean... Camelot nailed these Mario sports games,
yes.
So... If anyone's going to develop it, I'm happy they are. But you're right, I would like Golden Sun as well, but...
Yes.
I also reckon... It depends as well, whether those developers are still there at Camelot. Whether it's the same team.
True.
Because a lot of those people might have moved on when Nintendo's like, okay, just make sports games. So people are like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah. That is fair.
But yeah, super keen on that one. June 25th. I noticed Nintendo really likes to highlight that you can pre-order it now.
Yes. There was a lot of that. It's available for pre-order as soon as this direct ends. I was like,
cool.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't need to say it all the time.
Exactly. Mario Golf coming out June 25th. Give us your money now. No. I'll wait, thank you.
Yeah.
Tales from the Borderlands. I've never played a Borderlands game, but
this is your Tales games from the Walking Dead game.
Yeah. That's it. Looks kind of cool. I think James is a big Tales fan, or Borderlands fan, I should say.
Well, the new writer Jake is as well.
There you go.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That's March 24th, so he may get that pretty soon, actually.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Capcom Arcade Stadium. I don't really have much to say about this. It launched today.
I mean, it's a cool that you can get all these games and play them.
Yeah, for preservation's sake as well.
Yeah,
and the fact that they're the arcade versions specifically of these games is kind of cool. But yeah, exactly. That is what it is. Possibly the weirdest announcement: Stubbs the zombie in Rebel without a pulse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was interested in this game. I was like, this is kind of cool.
It weirdly is. For the life of me, I could not find a trailer anywhere. So in the update, I've got a massive disclaimer. So I'm I have no idea what this trailer is.
Which is surprising. Usually they put all the trailers up.
Yeah, they tend to skip a couple for unknown reasons. I don't really know why. But yeah, that's a thing. So you play as a zombie, and then you try to... So a reverse horror, basically. And it's been a theme for a while. I know this game's 10 years old, I think, or maybe even older. But it's been a theme recently, reverse horror.
Yes.
So especially with Carry On. I think that's the biggest example I can think of.
I mean, it's always good, like, to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, and this one looks to do it in a very comedic fashion.
Yes.
But I have never heard of it before.
No.
But all the articles and like videos I've seen since this morning for us here in Australia, everyone's like, "Oh, this is coming out." I'm like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I've never heard of it beforehand.
No, same. But that's March 16th. We have finally got a release date for No More Heroes 3. Very excited for this one.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be good fun.
Yeah. Have you ever played the No More Heroes games?
I missed out on it.
I would recommend going back.
I do want to play them, but like, that's one of the ones I missed out on the Wii. There was a few.
Yeah. They're on Switch.
Yeah, I forgot about the remakes on the Switch.
Yeah, I think in like the last... Oh, I just dropped something. I think in like the last Nintendo Direct they announced.
Yeah.
Those two.
That's right.
So like you don't have to play the other ones.
At this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you don't have to play the last ones, but you can. And then they dropped it in very much Travis touchdown fashion. But August 27th for this one. It looks the gameplay looks less crisp than I thought. Which I thought it would have a bit more polish because the cutscenes look fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, the cutscenes look really good. But we'll just have to see how the gameplay goes on release date.
Yeah, that's right. And it very much harkens back to the first No More Heroes game. I know you haven't played it, but like in the first one, you can collect gold or points or whatever by doing like menial chores and whatnot. So you, like in this one part, you're just mowing the lawn.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and you do like weird... It's such a random game. Like if you like random humor, like completely just out of nowhere stuff, No More Heroes has definitely got that covered.
Just have fun with it.
That's it. But good to finally have a release date on that one, August 27th. It was the only August game I think that got announced, which is interesting.
Not long after my birthday.
We'll have to have another direct.
Yeah.
Closer to August. We just have to. Neon White. I thought this one was very interesting.
Yes. It was like
I'm gonna have to...
That was like the first person shooter card building game.
Yeah, with like maybe some platforming elements.
It was very fast paced. I was like losing track of what was happening, honestly.
Yeah, because you're the expert when the more so expert when it comes to like card based games, I reckon. So
yeah, it's more the strategy of slow play with those kinds of games. This is very fast paced, very different take on like the card building use of. Very interesting to see how it goes. Not sure if I'd be playing it though myself.
I just saw in the press release the developer, like it's published by Annapurna Interactive, but it's from the creator of Donut County. You remember that cute, relaxing puzzle game about the hole, and you move the hole around, and little objects fall into it, and it's all very casual. And then they make this.
That is a very drastic change.
Yeah, it is. So, I'll read it out because I did not know how to explain this whatsoever. Neon White is a lightning-fast, first-paced action game about exterminating demons in heaven. You are White, an assassin handpicked from hell to compete with other demon slayers for a chance to live permanently in heaven. The other assassins seem familiar, though. Did you know them in past life? Neon White was developed by the creator of Donut County, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so a little bizarre.
Huh.
But
very different take from the developer there. I speak English.
But yeah, that one was very, very interesting. I didn't expect that. Nor did I expect the next one, DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
It's actually doing really well as a show, so I kind of not surprised it got a game adaptation.
I did not realize it was a show.
Yes, it is a show.
That's
I know it's created by Lauren Faust, the person who did the Powerpuff Girls.
It kind of, yeah, it definitely has that.
And
Has that aesthetic.
I don't know if you noticed, the voice behind Batgirl is also the voice behind the Batgirl from the original cartoon and Timmy Turner.
Yeah. I did not notice that.
Yes.
But that is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's published by Nintendo.
That's what you've
Like
written down.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm right. But yeah, because it came up, Nintendo, DC Superheroes.
It'd be good for your, if you had a little girl or something. Like for kids.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for any kids. Would your son be into this one?
I don't know if he hasn't seen the show, so, and plus his age, probably not at this age. Maybe he was a bit older.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. That one's coming June 4th. Next one, Plants vs Zombies: Battle for Neighborville. So
this just disappointed me.
Did it?
Because it's not the original Plants vs Zombies. It moves from what it was. I'm just like, why is it a shooter? Why isn't it like Plants vs Zombies where you shoot the zombies from tower defense style? Like, it was a puzzle game and it was like fun.
Yeah, but then EA got into it.
Yeah.
And, let's turn it into a shooter. Sure, okay.
Literally.
Yep. As EA does. But I'm honestly surprised it took 4 years for the Switch to get a Plants vs Zombies game.
Yeah, no. I thought they may have, at least ported the original games at least, but no.
Yeah. And I found it funny as well that the footage that we saw isn't the Switch version. They were very specific not to show that.
Yeah, that doesn't hold good hopes then.
Yep. So, EA being EA and all that.
Yeah.
But that one's March 19th, so that one's only a month away.
Huh.
So
That's pretty soon.
We should know. Yeah, so we should know about that pretty soon, like what it actually looks like when it runs on Switch. Next one, Miitopia, May 21st.
This genuinely surprised me. This came off the 3DS.
Yeah, I was hoping for Ever Oasis, but I'll take Miitopia. I never played Miitopia, and I always kind of wanted to play it, but
it's like just random funny stuff. Like what was the other one they did?
Like Tomodachi Life.
One. Yeah, Tomodachi Life. It's basically like that, but it's more RPG, and it's fun. It's just so random. But like, I genuinely did not expect this to come off the 3DS at all.
I definitely think, like with the Wii U, most of those games will come over to Switch eventually. Not all of them, but most of them. But the 3DS, I think the late 3DS games will come over. So I think Ever Oasis is kind of only a matter of time.
You hope.
I really do hope. I don't know what it is. I've just been really feeling to play that game.
Or Fantasy Life.
Yeah, I played that to death though. I definitely played that a lot.
It's a long game.
It is. We talked more about that in the podcast, which everyone should listen to. That's coming May 21st. That feels like a May game. Remember, out of all this as well, we've even got new Pokemon Snap in April.
Yes, we do.
So it feels packed even after this direct, and we still have other games that are announced that are coming.
And all the indie titles as well.
Yeah, there's so much. So many games, I can't keep track anymore. Super Mario themed items in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So for the 35th anniversary.
These look really cool.
They do look really cool. I love that you can go into the warp pipe.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I fell off with Animal Crossing like a few months after it came out.
I think a fair amount of people did. They burnt themselves off. It's it's meant to be a play a little bit every day, not a I'm playing this every single day for 8 hours.
Black-eyed and blurry.
Quarantine.
That was Rochelle. I was working from home at that point. Like
I was
nothing.
Still going to work.
Ugh,
Essential service.
Yay! Gotta love that.
Yeah.
So there was that, but then Rochelle had no work. Like she was on JobKeeper, and all she did, like 8 to 10 hours a day, was play Animal Crossing.
Oh, that would burn you out so much.
You know what the worst thing about all that is?
What?
I still had to do the review. How is that fair?
I think she should have done the review in that case.
Exactly. That's what I said. But here we are. Oh well, years gone past. It's okay. Next one, I've got a lot to say about, and I reckon you will as well. Project Triangle Strategy, and God, I hope they change that name.
The fact that it has project in it, yes. Triangle Strategy might stay though.
Surely not, because they did that.
Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, that I can see, and that definitely even when it was announced, I thought to myself, you could probably just name it Octopath Traveler and it'll be fine. Yeah. And they did. But not Triangle Strategy. That's a horrible name for a game.
It is. But it's possible that won't stay.
I hope not. But as soon as I saw HD 2D, or 2D HD, however they say it, I knew exactly what this game was I knew it was part of that series. Quote unquote series. Straight away. But I'm more of a turn-based RPG guy, not a strategy RPG guy. So I got it.
Just watching this, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh, it looks fantastic, and I will play the heck out of it. I really will. But I do still wish they kept to the turn-based battle RPG.
It is very inspired by Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it looks so in depth with the way it works. Casting ice magic on a fire to make it water terrain, and then casting lightning magic on it for massive damage. What? I was not expecting depth that much.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. 2022 as well. Nintendo being, it's only gonna be first half of 2021. It wasn't gonna happen.
I mean, the demo available.
Yeah, demo's already available today, which is really, really cool. I've downloaded it. I haven't started it yet, but I do intend to over the weekend, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm going to plan on doing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in episode 4 of the podcast, I reckon.
Yes.
We'll touch on that. Star Wars Hunters. We saw nothing about this. That was the worst trailer ever.
Yeah, was it a competitive shooter from the looks of it?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's a competitive shooter, but it's not made by EA.
Yes, Lucasfilm Games is...
Yeah.
I wonder if EA's lost the license?
I reckon they have. What would that announcement that Ubisoft is working on a game and Lucasfilm have revitalized the games label?
Yeah. And
it looks like that
made a lot
deal
of
is over.
Games back in the day.
Lucasfilm? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's good to see that back. And weird that this is a Switch exclusive, isn't it?
From the looks of it, yes. Nintendo historically has a really good partnership with Star Wars.
That is true. If you look back at the N64.
Well, not even that. Look at The Force Awakens, right? Not Force Awakens.
True.
Force Unleashed. So The Force Unleashed, it had a multiplayer mode on the Wii version that was not available on any other version.
I didn't know that.
Fight each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
I really did not know that. Here we go. So offers a thrilling take on the galaxy in this squad-based online multiplayer game. So online, specifically. Build a team from a cast of unique and all-new Star Wars characters, from daring bounty hunters to heroes of the rebellion and Imperial stormtroopers. Face off against other squads in arenas based on iconic Star Wars settings, set between Star Wars Return of the Jedi and Star Wars The Force Awakens. The free-to-play Star Wars Hunters launches in 2021.
It'll be an interesting one to try out.
Yeah, free-to-play as well.
Don't know much about it.
I reckon James will be on that. James is a huge, massive Star Wars fan, so he'll be on that one. Ironically, EA had another announcement next, which is kind of ironic. Knockout City. Which
the gameplay looked interesting.
It did.
The marketing
really did.
With this, general game characters playing just seemed weird.
I just do not understand why the girl was pixelated and then when it went to the gameplay, she was no longer pixelated. Why was she pixelated in the first place?
Different character? Like, it's like this is the character playing her character in the game. Because I think it was meant to be a representation of like, you know, princesses from the the NES days.
How am I supposed to get that from this trailer? How?
The way I saw it was these are. Did you watch Drawn Together?
No.
So basically, it was all these basic cartoon like stereotypes lived in a house together kind of thing. These are basically video game stereotypes. You got generic shooter guy, generic orc. You got generic princess, and then like generic space fighting like female, which is looks like the StarCraft, and then like whatever else was on the other team.
With that orc, there was a split second where I thought this might have been a Warcraft game.
Yeah, I'm looking like I was like, wait, is that Warcraft? Like I was vaguely paying attention to the director at that time. I was like, wait, what? I was like,
Thrall, is that you?
Yeah. I got very like, hang on, what's going on here? And then I was like, oh, okay, it's something else. But no, the game looks interesting enough.
Yeah, I reckon it has potential. May 21st, I'm pretty sure it's free to play as well. So, you know, give it a go. If it doesn't, you know, gel with you, just move on.
Yeah.
You know, looks like Ninjala in a lot of ways, so...
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just go back to Ninjala. World Ends Club, which looks really interesting. Like, very meta in a lot of ways. So this one
that it doesn't do the death game.
Yeah. It's got like a... what is it? That they're in the game, but then the game gets cancelled.
Yeah, like Danganronpa and was it Zero Escape series? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I've never played
and that.
That's right. I've never played any of those games, but they always piqued my interest.
They're good fun.
Yeah,
I haven't played Danganronpa. I've played the 999 series, and that was fun going through the time loops on that. But yeah, this is interesting to see what they do with this.
I'm very
seems to be more of a bright, happy version, and see where the dark twist will come in on it.
Yeah, because when they said it was by that developer, I was like, oh, I wouldn't have guessed, honestly. But then the meta, you know, the story, the plot, and the themes, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see that. Very, very meta. Looks really cool, though. That one's May 28th. Hades gets a physical release on March 19th. Not too much to say about that, but nah. I tend not to rebuy games.
Not even
they get my money once.
The CD?
Nah. I don't have a CD player. What am I going to play that on?
It's a PC download.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Nah. I'm still good. But I'm really happy it's getting a physical release.
And that
it definitely deserves it.
Really nice.
It did. Ugh, Hades is such an amazing game. Took me a long time to finish that, but I'm glad I did. All 10 goes, which that's going into spoiler territory, so I won't say any more. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. So for anyone who hasn't played the Ninja Gaiden, like the newer ones,
the Xbox PS3 was when they came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it started like on Xbox.
Yeah.
And then went to PS3, Xbox 360 era.
Yeah.
All I know is they're very hard games.
Yeah, I played Sigma, like the original release on that one on the PS3 when it first came out. I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. I think I only got to like the 5th level or 6th level.
Yeah, I will respectfully pass on that one.
Yeah, no. I don't think I could buy that, play that myself.
Nah, but I'll respect anyone who does and gets through them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But that's June 10th. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass, which is really cool. I have no idea
what's going to happen.
Yeah, I have no idea what it contains because it went so fast.
Is it in the press release?
Yeah. Most likely. Let me try and find it. But yeah, it's cool that it's getting more content.
Oh, yeah.
Considering it's the best-selling Warriors game in the franchise's history, which is insane.
Lore that comes with it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Leading up to Breath of the Wild sequel, which would be really cool. Here we go. Expand your quest to save Hyrule with upcoming downloadable content, as 2 waves of DLC are coming to the Hyrule Warriors Edge of Calamity expansion pass. Newly added characters, stages, and more are all on their way, with the first wave coming in June and the second hitting in November. I need to edit that article. Players who purchase this expansion pass on Nintendo eShop for $30 Australian will get both waves of DLC as they are released. They'll also get an additional in-game weapon and costume for Link as a purchase bonus starting on 28th of May. That's why I put that there. Is available for pre-purchase now. It says nothing about what it is.
Yeah, because it was on the screen for like a second and it was gone. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no. I was leading into it. It's like it's gone. Okay. So yeah, newly added characters, stages, and more, but that's all it says. So that's very, very vague.
Yeah.
But it was a strange announcement. I just feel like that was, when they dropped trailers in 2020, I feel like they could have just done that and announced that. I don't reckon it should have been in a direct, or put a bit more focus on it at least.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of just like, here you go.
It was strange. Bravely Default 2 final trailer and an updated demo.
I haven't had the chance to watch the trailer yet, but
it looks good. Honestly, I'm a little leading up to Bravely Default 2. I've pre-ordered the game, I paid it off. I'm getting it straight away, on launch, physical copy and all. I'll play it, I'll love it, no doubt. But it feels very samey compared to the first. I don't know. I don't want to play the same game again. So
it looks very much the same.
Yeah. So
even in the demo, it felt very much the same.
Yeah, I've been looking at that demo as well, and I was like, does this one carry over? Can I start this one now? Because I haven't played any of the demos because I'm just I don't want to be spoiled of something that's...
Yeah, that's why I stopped playing the demo, because, this is from the first chapter. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's why I liked what they used to do, was here is a town that you will go to, but it is completely separate from the story.
Exactly. Or those trailers where it's here's the first 5 hours of the game, have fun.
Yeah.
It's that's a perfect demo, because then it makes you want to play more, and it just makes sense to me. But with the updated demo, it doesn't say anything about whether it carries over or anything like that, so I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I don't think it does, because it's not in the beginning. It's I think after the first, the prologue is the first chapter.
Yeah, so I will definitely pass, and I will wait on that one, because it's only 8 days away.
Yeah, it's really not that far away.
No, I can wait. Was that Saga Frontier Remastered? I think that's a PlayStation 1 game, or it looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
When they said 8 protagonists, I'm like, Octopath.
Yeah.
But this is a remaster, so...
This one looks kind of cool. I've heard the Saga games are incredibly difficult, and I just don't have the time for that. But it looks cool.
We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, April 15th, so it's only 2 months away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got on that. Apex Legends, we already knew about this. March 9th.
We've already talked about this.
Yeah, although the trailer that was in the Direct was the first Switch footage that we saw.
True.
And
it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good in terms of frame rate. It looks like it holds up, and it looks like it runs quite well, which is the important thing. You can tell it's running on the Switch, the graphical downgrade. But all things considered, it's Apex Legends on a handheld.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Say no more. And it's free to play as well. So why not? I'll download it, I reckon. I'll have a shot at it, but I don't reckon I'll stick around for too much longer with it. But still. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, plus the new Skyward Sword themed Joy-Cons.
I'm not gonna lie, those Joy-Cons, I need those.
I am getting them. I don't
those.
need new Joy-Cons. Yeah, exactly. I am getting them. They look amazing. But yeah,
damn, they look so good.
They do. They definitely do. Yeah, Skyward Sword HD, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
It'd be fun revisiting. I really enjoyed it, like for the story and everything. And when they're like, pointed out, I was like, this had a lot of the pretenses for Breath of the Wild. I'm like, oh my god, it does too. It didn't ding until they said it. I'm like, it does. It have the gliding with the parrot, like the sail and the energy bar. I'm like, didn't make that connection at all.
Yeah, it definitely does, and like, you can tell it was that bridge towards Breath of the Wild. Although, like, it went completely linear to completely open world. Like, that was the only drastic change. But yeah, I don't think I'll rebuy it, honestly, because I don't know. It's just another 30, 40 hour
10 years though.
True, but I think I only finished it like 4 years ago again. Like, I replayed it.
Yeah.
So I can pass. However,
with the new Joy-Cons, it'd be interesting to see. And I like how they actually made it usable with buttons.
Exactly. Yeah, with the right analog stick. I reckon that's perfect.
Otherwise, Switch Lite players wouldn't be able to touch this game.
Yeah, exactly. I think they realized they had to do something there.
Yeah.
And, like, it looks... Because it's 60 frames per second. This is actually the first 3D Zelda game that runs at 60 frames per second.
This is impressive.
Yeah. And you can tell when you're watching it. It looks really smooth.
Yeah.
So, super happy about that. James, because he couldn't make it to the discussion, he had uni stuff, but he did want to just shout out that because he had a lot of problems with the gyro controls with Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, he talked about it to death. So he wanted to specifically shout out that he is so happy that you don't have to use motion controls with Skyward Sword HD.
Which is good.
He made me say that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, neither am I. And the last announcement, which was, their quote-unquote, we have one more announcement, did not see this coming at all.
I did.
Did you? How did you see this coming?
Because Splatoon 2 has not had a Splatfest proper for ages. They've only had, like, revisited. I had the feeling Splatoon 3 was on its way.
True.
I wasn't expecting, like, them to drop it, like, because it says 2022, but I had the gut feeling it was coming soon.
That's fair. It looks so good.
It does, and, like, I play Splatoon for the story, and I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. Because the story just captures me for some reason in this thing. Like, I know there's not a lot there, but like there's a lot of war in the world. I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what was going on with that desert area. And then catches a train. That little snippet when they're on the train, they're just sitting there. It like goes like 15 seconds. That was so good.
It was actually quite neat.
and that little creature
that it's like
thing,
a bow weapon as well.
Yeah. I'm looking at that. Screenshot now. It looks so good. What does it say in the press release for this? But yeah, super keen. 2022. So again, Nintendo not following what they said, but no one's surprised on that. Splatoon 3. In this new game in the Splatoon series, you'll leave Inkopolis behind and head to a new region, the Splatlands. At its heart is a new city where battle-savvy Inklings and Octolings gather. Splatsville, also known as the City of Chaos. Splatoon 3 introduces various new features to the action shooter series, including weapons such as the bow weapon, customization options, and new movement abilities to bring to the returning 4v4 turf war matches. More information about the full-fledged sequel coming to Nintendo Switch 2022, yada yada yada.
The fact that it says Octolings hopefully means Octolings are playable from the beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a lot of people do want Octolings to stay as a playable option.
Yeah.
Obviously, the story will be focused on, the Inkling, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Octolings stay as playable characters in the multiplayer mode.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Super keen on that one.
Oh yes, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I reckon that will be late-ish 2022.
No, I reckon it's going to be June, July.
Do you really? I mean,
because
that's what...
they always
Yeah.
drop Splatoon in American summer.
That is true, yeah. The first one was, I think, May, and then the second was July, I think.
Yeah, they always drop it like right before that American summer.
It's true. Alright, I'll give you that. Give you that.
Because
But still,
they
that's
treat it as
more
like
than a
a
year
summer
away.
game. Yeah.
But yeah, that's more than 12 months away. So it's still a bit of a wait on that one.
Yes.
But that covers everything from the Nintendo Direct. What was your favorite?
Project Triangle. Like, just...
I can see that.
Like, the fact that, like, it has branching paths that go to different levels as well, that got me like, ooh. That's really drawn me in, honestly. And Splatoon 3, obviously, was just like another like big point. And what about yours?
Mine would weirdly have to be Mario Golf.
I mean, it sounded like it was your favorite when you were going through it.
Yeah, Mario Golf Super Rush. I just love the idea of actually controlling your characters, and because they each had their own abilities. Like having that 3D space. The story mode looked amazing. I don't even like golf that much, but I love Mario Golf.
Yes.
I love video game golf. It's weird.
It's more interesting.
Yeah, because I just cannot watch golf. It's so boring.
It's a hard one
each
to
their own,
watch.
obviously. It definitely is, but yeah, I'm super keen on that game. You said you gave this a 7 out of 10, this Direct.
Yeah.
Would you probably stick with that?
Yeah, I'd probably stick with it. The only thing that would have raised that up, personally, is if, you know how, like, the Splatoon 3 was the ending, but, like, they kind of knew it was going to be there. It wasn't going to be like, oh, that's the end. It's like, boom, here's the surprise reveal. They didn't do a surprise reveal.
Yeah, true.
Like, imagine if they ended Splatoon 3 and then they went, oh, look, here's the last Smash character announced, like, out of nowhere.
Would have set the internet on fire.
Oh, exactly. And that's the kind of things that I was, like, wanting, kind of thing, that a big, like, oh my god, what the heck kind of thing, because they did 2 Smash characters once in the past.
That's true.
It was Ridley and King K. Rool, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, they did do that. I'm going to be a little pessimistic. I'm going to give it a 6.
Fair.
Like, I like it. It was good. But I'm actually flicking back through, like, the entire recap and all that, and none of it's amazing for me personally. Like, I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. No More Heroes 3 getting a release date's kind of cool, but we already knew that it was, you know, that it was a thing. I knew about Bravely Default 2. That's one I'm really excited for. I'm not going to replay Skyward Sword because I replayed it recently. For me personally, it's a 6, but I can see it being a 7 or even an 8 to some people.
And Tales from the Borderlands did get spoiled.
Yeah, that did get spoiled. Although, where is our, was it Great Ace Attorney?
Yes.
Or am I? Yeah, where's that?
Which actually, I looked it up. It's actually confirmed to be a collection of both games. So, because there was 2 of the Great Ace Attorneys, and it's going to be a collection of both games, because I was interested in, like, looking at some Phoenix Wright stuff, and I saw that, I was like, so it's going to be 2 versions, like the both games.
Yeah, so if that was in there, maybe a 7. Those Famicom detective games, I reckon that's really cool. But not enough to bump it up to a 7, unfortunately.
No, I'm probably sticking with a 7 myself.
Yeah, you got Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah. and that Project Triangle strategy just, like, caught my attention straight away.
Yeah, I reckon same for me. If that was a turn-based RPG, I'd go a 7. I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to love it, no doubt. But yeah, I just prefer my RPGs to be a bit more turn-based rather than strategic. But that's just me.
Which is fair.
But that covers all of our all of the announcements for the February Nintendo Direct. So hopefully we can do more of these discussions in the future, like, sporadic, like special ones that come up out of the blue. In the meantime, you can always keep up with our podcasts. So there's a fortnightly podcast. We actually have one going up tomorrow. But if you wanted to get that 2 days early, so you could have got it yesterday, it's for our $1 patrons. So donate $1 per month. Just goes to us and goes to supporting the website. Keeps that up to date. We also have, obviously, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So you can follow us anywhere. Nathan, where can people follow you? Because you have a Twitter. You don't usually use Twitter that much, but you do have a Twitter handle.
I don't even know what the Twitter handle is, honestly.
Never mind about that, though. But you can always follow Switchaboo. Twitter specifically is at Switchaboo News. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And here's to the next Nintendo Direct.
Have a great time.
Bye-bye.